Hey guys, what's going on? So a few days ago I put out a post asking you guys what type of multivitamins you took, and I got a ton of responses from you all, so I really appreciate you guys chiming in. And the reason why I asked you guys what kind of multivitamins you take is because multivitamins is a supplement that we usually take on a day-to-day basis. A good majority of us do take a multivitamin, but I always want to make sure that you guys are buying good high-quality products and making sure the multivitamin is actually going to do something for you. So before I kind of go into the video on what multivitamins are good and what multivitamins are bad, I'm not here trying to pick on anyone or trying to tell anyone their multivitamins stink. I'm really just trying to create this video as an educational tool so you guys can make better choices and you guys aren't really just wasting your money. So one of the few things you want to look for in a multivitamin is the first thing is you want to see if that pill comes into a tablet or inside of a capsule. So with a tablet, it's a lot harder for your body to break down and to digest the minerals. If it's in a capsule form, that means the body just doesn't break open the capsule and you have a bunch of powder kind of easily absorbable. So you can kind of think of it comparing steak to ground beef. Steak is a lot harder for the body to digest just because it's so big and it's how it's so whole, while ground beef is already cut up, it's already pre-cut, and it's a lot easier for the body to digest and get the nutrients from it. So the first thing you kind of want to look for is it in a tablet form or is it in a capsule form? You usually want to go for those capsule forms. The second thing you want to look for is you want to look at the magnesium on the supplement package. So go on the back of the label, look at the magnesium. If it says magnesium oxide, you kind of already know that that supplement isn't good. Magnesium oxide is probably the cheapest form of magnesium you can buy. The body only absorbs about 5% of it, so really you're not getting a very good high quality magnesium for your money, and essentially you're only going to be able to absorb about 5% of that magnesium, which magnesium is super crucial in terms of our body and how we process. The second thing is you want to look at is the vitamin E. So you'll go down to the vitamin E, and there's two things that will either appear. It'll either be D-alpha or DL-alpha. You really want to focus on the D-alpha. If it has a DL-alpha, that is the synthetic version of the vitamin E. And what studies have shown is it's nowhere near as effective as the natural form of vitamin E, and it can actually cause a lot of different health risks. So really you want to focus on the D-alpha for the vitamin E. This one is actually pretty crucial, and a lot of supplement companies have gotten actually a lot smarter about this, and they've gone to the D-alpha just because of the amount of health risks that do come with the DL-alpha. So if it says DL-alpha, stay away from it. And then you want to look at the B9. So the B9 will either come up and is always between the B6 and the B12, so most of the time it doesn't come up as B9. It might come up as folate or folic acid. The really crucial thing that you want to look for is in the ingredient, you want to make sure that it has the word tetra in it. And with the form tetra, it's actually going to be brain ready, so it's going to be able to cross the brain-blood barrier a lot easier, and you'll actually see a big difference in terms of supplementation. When you go from just a regular folic acid or B9 to one that has tetra, you'll see a major difference in kind of how your brain performs immediately. And then the last thing you want to look for after these check out is, are the minerals chelated? So are the zinc, is the copper, is the magnesium, are they in the chelated form? And the chelated form is when the mineral is attached to an amino acid, and it makes that mineral very easy to absorb by the body, and essentially the more absorbable it is, the more benefits you'll get from it. So are the minerals chelated? One of the things you kind of want to look for this is, does the word end in ate? So this is a pretty good rule of thumb to kind of look for. A lot of things you can look for is glycinate, taurate, citrate, picolate. Those type of things are what you kind of want to look for in terms of the minerals. Sometimes it will have just amino acid chelated and whatever of that version is. So that's also acceptable as well. And now I kind of just went here and I picked 5 different multivitamins to kind of kind of go through the checklist on which ones stack up and which ones don't. And the first one that I picked was the Costco multivitamin. And I have question marks on every single one of them. And the reason why I have a question mark on every single one of them is because they literally don't list the ingredients on their on the back of their packaging, on the supplementation. It does say vitamin A 100%, vitamin E 100%, but I don't know what form of vitamin E it is. I don't know what kind of magnesium it is. I don't know what kind of B9 it is. I don't know what kind of form of the minerals are. So usually when a company doesn't put any of the ingredients on, they're probably going to be using the worst ingredients because they don't want to show you what kind of ingredients they are. So I personally I would stay away from Costco Multi because it literally doesn't tell you what's in it, so you have no idea what you're putting in your body. The second thing was the Vitamin Shop multivitamin. And so I went through the checklist, and the magnesium was magnesium oxide, so that has an X. The vitamin E was the right vitamin, so it was D-alpha. And the B9 was just regular folic acid, and none of the minerals were chelated. So it's not your best one. I mean, it does have the correct vitamin E, but since these things don't check out, I would also stay away from this. The next one we went through is Alive multivitamin for men. Again, the magnesium was oxide, the vitamin E was the correct one, so it was D-alpha, and then the B9 didn't have tetra, and the minerals weren't chelated. So you can kind of see that there are a lot of, before I even go through the rest, there are a lot of bad multivitamins out there. I just picked 3 random ones, and I'm telling you, the more I kind of looked, you guys gave me the list, the more I saw it, the more I realized like a lot of these multivitamins don't check out this list at all. Now we're going to kind of go to some ones that do check out the list. So this one was First Endurance, and this one had partial magnesium oxide, and the other one was also as partial some type of magnesium in a chelated form. So this one has an X and a check mark. The vitamin E was the correct form of vitamin E. The folate, the B9 was just regular folic acid, but all the minerals were chelated. So this one overall checks out pretty well, and it's a pretty good multivitamin, to be honest with you. And then the last one is the one I actually personally use. It's called Phyto Multivitamin, and it's by a company called Nutridyne. And you can see that all these things are checkmarked. The magnesium is a chelated form, does not have magnesium oxide. The vitamin E is the correct one. It has tetra, so if you go to this one and you look at the word, you'll see it has tetra inside the ingredient for the B9, which is crucial, and you'll, like I said, you'll see a big advantage in your brain when you do it. And then all the minerals are chelated. So guys, this, like I said, this is not to make bash on anyone's multivitamin. This is really just to show you guys, kind of, here's my checklist that I use to see if a multivitamin stacks up and it's worth the money. So a lot of these multivitamins are cheap, and they're cheap for a reason. Essentially, they don't use very high quality ingredients. They don't use the most absorbable things. And so essentially when you take it, you're really just taking nothing. You're kind of just wasting your money away, essentially. Now I will say that these multivitamins on the other side, they're more expensive, but there's a reason why. They use high quality ingredients that are in capsule form. You're going to see a benefit from taking these multivitamins than you would from taking the Costco multivitamin or the Vitamin Shop. You will actually see a benefit. You'll feel better. You'll have more energy. You'll actually, like I said, you'll feel a difference. So I really hope that this helps you guys out in kind of thinking about how to choose a multivitamin. Again, just take this checklist, make sure it has magnesium, see what the magnesium is, make sure it has the right vitamin E, make sure the B9 has tetra in it, and make sure those minerals are chelated. Like I said, hope this helped, and thanks so much for watching.